Interesting how many communication problems we encountered recently, huh? They're being attacked, so we will help because that's what we do. Okay, cutscene. Doesn't look like too dangerous of a situation. Like this panoramic view. Oh, more ships, okay. Alright, let's do this. Let's blow stuff up. Sensors are picking up several light attack craft. Yes, we saw them. We just saw them, so we will deal with them, because that's what we do. There's something that I wanted to talk about. There's usually something that I wanted to talk about. In the last video, I spoke about how I like the fact that with Star Trek Online being based on the Star Trek series, you can look back in your life and remember, you know, what you were doing when the series, whichever version of the series it was that you were watching, was on, and see how far you've come from then to now. And it dawned on me that this game reminds me a lot of my mother, because my mother and I used to watch Star Trek. It was sort of like, I guess you would call it like a mother-daughter date night. Yeah, you better not call us, bother us when Star Trek was on, because I swear we'd sprout horns or something. Because that was our time to geek out and enjoy. And one of the things that we used to talk about was the technology that we saw in the game. Would we see it in our lifetime? Or would we want to see it in our lifetime? And it really wasn't until I was grown that I thought about how some of that technology, what you'd have to sacrifice to have that technology. Like, one of the things that I loved was being able to say, yeah, I'd like a steak and a potato with sour cream and a salad with French dressing, and boop, it appears. But what does that take, really? I'd need some sort of chip or something. I mean, how would that food be made and it's real and it get to me instantaneously? You know what I mean? Is that even safe? Does it taste like steak? You know, those kind of things. And I was reading an article where they were talking about how cell phone companies, namely Verizon and AT&T, we're going to beam down here real quick, are actually tracking what people are doing based on their Wi-Fi. We're concerned about the radiation. I'm sure I can send you and the away team to the ship safely, but getting back might be a problem until the damage is repaired. Whoo! Okay. And this is one of those missions that I'd wonder if I'd accept in real life. But I'm going because this is a game. So anyway, Samsung, not Samsung, AT&T and Verizon are, and they used a Samsung phone as an example, where when you have Wi-Fi turned on, it was basically tracking where you were going, whether you wanted it or opted in for it or not. It was just doing it all on its own. That's kind of creepy, and it made me wonder about privacy. I forget who said it, but it's like privacy is an illusion. One of the things that Mark Zuckerberg was saying was that you don't realize that the ideals that you had about privacy really don't exist anymore. As we go into this digital age, you're going to have to give that up. And think about it. Now, everybody, just about everybody, has a camera on them now. I mean, you used to be able to go and act a fool in the club and it stayed there. If you weren't there or you didn't tell somebody, nobody would know it. But now it can be on Instagram or Twitter 2 seconds after you do it, or while you're doing it on Dropbox, you know. So yeah, it's a little scary how we embrace technology, want new technology, but the mass majority of the people using the technology don't understand what they're getting into. And where else do you get that? I mean, before you can drive a car, for example, you're expected to know how to drive it. You may not know how to take care of it, but you're expected to know how to drive it. Well, why weren't people informed that just because you had Wi-Fi on and you're not even using Wi-Fi, it's broadcasting information about you? That shouldn't be. And as expensive as Verizon is, I hate this little mini game. I'm gonna get this mini game one of these days. But anyway, as expensive as Verizon is, I think privacy ought to be a feature, something that they give, because that makes no sense to me. Okay. Oh, somebody mentioned about these. Yes, okay, I will do that. About the pop-up boxes, and I'll get back to that in a minute when I finish my point. Man, am I all over the place in this video. Anyway, it made me stop to think while I'm playing through this game what we're actually going to get in the future as far as technology and the price that you have to pay. Like me loving that food thing that gave me what I wanted, when I wanted, how I wanted it instantaneously. Was it also sending off, well, Tyme ordered this steak with cream cheese and, or not cream cheese, sour cream and French dressing on her salad, so that somehow, some way ads can come to me in another form, even though I'm paying for this service. You know, and where it delivered it to me, those are things that Star Trek didn't cover, but they're absolutely real situations that should be covered, particularly with all the hacking and everything that's going on recently. Oh boy. Good, I can blow people up. So tell me your thoughts about that. Do you have privacy concerns? Do you ever think about, you know, while you're playing the game, what technology you'd like to see in your lifetime and what things you think would be problems moving into the future? I'm curious what you think about that. This game really makes me think about I don't want to say the weirdest things, but like the most random things. And maybe that's one of the things that I like about it, is because it does that. I like games that push me forward. Okay. Uh-oh. This is so cool. I like the way that they do this. A part of me wished it was voiced, but now I'm sort of glad that it's not, because what I was going to say was that it makes it easier to be able to switch out duty officers because it's not voiced. We have them, sir. Okay. They don't detect any more ships, and you need me back on the bridge. Okay. Where am I going? Oh, I gotta go to the transport. Okay. I get it. So, yeah, it made me think about that, and I like that because one of the reasons why I play games is, since I'm not in school anymore, I have a master's degree, and I have no desire to go back to school, although I still do study different things. I found that I'm not mentally pushed as much as I would like, which is why I play the variety of games that I play. So, you know how I would really like to end these episodes? Instead of this, oh wow. Okay. I would like to end them on my bridge. Many of these ships have bridges. Sitting on my bridge with, you know, my people, my staff, my duty officer, my officers and whatnot. I would love to see that, because the way that it usually ends, at least in my experiences, like this in space, in that travel grid. And I think that would really be nice if they incorporated, since the ships have bridges, incorporate them a little bit more in the missions and in, you know, give us a reason to use them and give the developers a reason to develop them. Because the games coming out, the space games coming out now, you know, for 2015, are for the first time really giving the genre competition, in my opinion. Elite Dangerous looks great. Star Citizen, if it lives up to the hype, even if it doesn't, it's got enough room to fall short. Even in its current state, it's blowing away a lot of the current offerings now. So I think that responsibly, it's time for game developers in this genre to begin looking at what they're offering, what they can improve, and how they can adequately compete with the game offerings that's coming out now and in the future. The two of the top, well, because of the graphics choice for Star Wars: The Old Republic, okay, we're scanning radiation levels. Okay, put her through. You're welcome. You set a course. And I don't know what that drink is, but yeah. Anyway, I think that that's something that they need to consider. Because you don't want to have a game where you're outdated and the engine is old and you can't thrive to compete. So, okay, that's it for this one. Thank you for watching. If you like the video, hit the thumbs up button. It lets me know if you like the video or not. Thank you for viewing. I love this. For viewing and liking and sharing the videos and interacting with me. It allows me to do what I love, and I could not do it without you. Links are in the description below, and I will see you guys in the next one.
Congratulations, Lieutenant.